Okay folks, on this week's Ask the Coach, Mark asked us one I struggled with when I first started and goes against what many people here in conventional gyms, was why we push our knees out in a squat. Okay Mark, two big reasons for this. First one is making sure that your knee is lined up with your toe, there's no net torsional forces in the kneecap. And the second one is making sure that your hip is braced and you're able to support more weight. So when we take a look at James's knee here, when he starts pushing his knee out before he squats. So if you remember from the high bar squat video, we're taking a deep breath, we're then winding the floor up, and we're then squatting afterwards. When James does the thing where he winds the floor up and twists his leg around, what's actually happening is his whole leg is being wound up at this end, and his hip joint is being just made very, very secure by that. So these muscles around here, the side glutes, which twist your leg around, are responsible for controlling the position of your knee down the bottom of the squat. So when your hip is wound up in this position, first off it's safer, and secondly you can lift more weight as well. So two nice things happen there. Secondly, down the bottom of the squat, when you're in this position, you'll notice James's femur and his toe are pointed more or less the same direction, so there's no real twisting forces happening in his kneecap. And if James was to try and squat by just pushing his knee straight forward, so come on down again, he's unfortunately going to get into trouble pretty quickly when he starts going down to a full depth squat, so you just turn into the side here. And it shows like a real squat where you go all the way down. Yep, so James is sitting on his heels, he's well below parallel, he's able to say catch a snatch or catch a clean or something down there. If James was to do the kind of, I don't know, the gym squat or whatever the fuck that thing, sorry, cursing this. That's, you can edit that one out, right? If James was to do like the gym squat where he just shoves his knee forward, you know, if you're squatting like this, guys, you've got two options. You can either not go all the way down or you can use no weight. Now both of those things are a bad scenario. When we're doing Olympic lifting, we need to squat all the way down because we need to be strong in low positions where you can actually catch cleans and snatches. So it just shows like another, just shows the proper one there where you drive the knees out. Here you notice low back curve is preserved, hip is below the knee. If James was to come up again and do that silly narrow stance, point your toes forward, shove your knees forward thing, if James wants to go any lower than that, he's either got to round his low back or he's got to come up onto his toes. Neither one of those is any use. You know, if you're up on your toes, you're not going to be able to balance. If you have a rounded low back, you're probably going to hurt your spine if you put 200 kilos on it and sit on down there. So neither of these things are any good. So when you just show up in the front again there, what's happening when the knee goes out to the side is just come on down into a squat. So James's hip has actually sat down between his legs there. So the legs are, the other two femurs are pointing out either side, so the space for him to actually drop his hips directly down there. And because he's doing that, his back doesn't have to round. So if you come around to the side again, to show us from there. Because the hip joint is passing down between, the hip bones are passing down between the legs there, and he's able to keep this flat. If again you were to just have your knees straight ahead, so point the knees forward as you go down. Now this leg and this hip are kind of bumping up on top of each other like that, so he's just stuck, he can't go any lower than that. So to unhinge that hip joint, he's just driving it to the side in order to get any lower. So those are big reasons. We want to be in a low position, we want to be able to do it safely, we want to be able to lift more weight. So push your knees out in the squat.